We here. If you're watching for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click on all notifications. Hit the like, hit the share. Let everybody know you in here. Of course, you know paper, unless you's a mother hater. Now, we're working on this A&R project. There'll be more details as far as that goes. And leave in the comments anybody else that you'd like to see on the show. Shout out to Houston. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Man. Shout out to everybody.
Houston ready for us.
Of course, yes, they are. Got my man Heineken in
Brooklyn.
Sean Bigger.
God body.
My guy Esso.
Southside Jamaica Queens in the building.
When I say this is a moment, this is a real moment for me because
take your time, brother. Take your time.
Yeah, every day I went to 210 junior high school.
You taking it?
210 was crazy.
Yo,
it was crazy. I made it home with my JanSport. Still had my strings.
The strings.
I made it home with my strings. Made it home with my strings. Threw my book bag down in the corner. Turn on the TV. There was the Disney afternoon. Then there was Batman at 4:30. And at 5 o'clock, we actually went there at 4:58. Every day for years. To see what hip hop has become. And to know that was the primary platform of where everybody was looking to see who was who, what was going on. I think that you're not only a pioneer in this, but if we removed this man from the culture and his contribution, we might not have the culture that we have at all. We got Ralph McDaniels.
Salute, salute, salute. Salute. Thank you, sir. It always starts off like that.
Yo, I love that, man. You never changed it. I was like, yo, this is great.
Big up to Houdini. That's 5 Minutes of Funk by Houdini.
Right, yeah. Oh, man. So we're gonna keep that conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shift.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things going on. I always look for a good way to kind of start the show off with a question that kind of catches people off guard. Did you ever want to punch somebody in the face after you saw Yo MTV Raps? Just a question.
You know, people ask me that a lot. Nah, not really, because I went to MTV first.
Right.
2 years before Yo came on and said, yo, y'all should do a rap show. And they were like, no way. Middle America is not ready for hip hop. You trying to scare our audience away. Because you gotta remember, they playing, you know, like Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi and all of that stuff and Madonna. Right. And these hip hop dudes is gonna scare everybody. And I'm like, that's not true, because I had footage of this thing called the Fresh Fest. And I took it there and it was a mixed crowd. Right. You know, it happened in Long Island, but you had white kids, Asian kids, Latinos, blacks, everybody's in the mix. And they all know the words and they all look the same, fresh gear, everything's hat to the back, and they reciting the words from Houdini to Run DMC to LL. And so I said, nah, I saw it. In fact, I got it on tape, look at it. They were like, nah. So when Yo came on, I already knew this was gonna happen eventually.
Right.
When Yo came on, you know, of course your boys is like, yo, son, why ain't put you on, bro? What happened?
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, it don't even matter, because at that time I'm directing mad videos, doing other stuff, commercials and all kind of stuff that's, you know, pertaining to hip hop.
Right.
And I said, we got a national channel that's going to be, a national show that's going to be dedicated to hip hop. So for the culture, it's better.
It was better.
It doesn't, I was smart enough to know that this is a way bigger picture than me.
Right.
In the beginning, when I walked out of the office the first time, I wanted to punch somebody. Because I knew, you know how like you just know. Mistake. Yeah. Like, bro, this is it. And the dude who was talking to me was a dude that I knew. And I was like, nah. There's somebody else that I could talk to. Who else? Did you ask anybody else before you told me no?
No. No.
No. But once you did it,
Yeah.
and it was a hit,
Yeah.
did Channel 31 be like, yo, why is everybody watching at 5 o'clock? Everybody's just tuning in. What's going on?
The thing about Channel 31 is they didn't understand anything about Video Music Box, so they just left me alone.
Yeah.
If they came up and started talking to me, like, Ralph, I'm sorry, we don't know anything about this. You do whatever you want to. And they would go back downstairs.
Right.
It was a PBS station, so you got like Channel 13 people who just they probably felt in the beginning that this is our what we're giving to black people, and this is good. So if anybody comes up here and say we're not doing nothing for black people, we got Video Music Box. We don't know what they do over there.
Affirmative action.
But they're black and they're working.
That's crazy.
And we help them start working.
Exactly, right. And that's the first time they ever got any. Back then, you used to have Nielsen ratings, and the labels used to go to me. So what are your Nielsen ratings? And I was like, I don't know. I never even saw a Nielsen. I never even saw a Nielsen box.
Did they ever show you?
To this day, it's supposed to be something that's in somebody's house.
I've never seen nobody with a Nielsen box.
Right.
They're a big mystery. They're supposed to be out in like way out,
right.
New Mexico people who they say stay at home, blah, blah.
But somebody was getting the information.
Well, there's a book that comes in. I walked into the program director's office, and he had the stack of the books that came in every week. He don't read them because we're not in the book that Channel 31 is. He said. So I start going back and I'm looking at the books and I'm going to where's my time slot? And I go to 3:30 or 5:30, whatever time we're coming on, and I'm looking, and then it said like 0.1. That was the only thing in the beginning. And I was like, wait, we got a 0.1. He said, you do? And I was like, yeah. I said, well, how many people is that? He said, well, that's 68,000 people. What? I said, 68,000? You talking about we ain't got nothing,
Right.
So I'm like, all right. So my goal in my head was to make that number rise.
Right.
And so I would come back every couple of months and go like, what's the number now? Then he'd be like, and I know more people watching now. I'm getting more celebrities. I'm getting bigger names.
Right.
I got to be more people watching now.
Right.
Oh, it's a 0.3. Okay. All right. Now I'm like, I got to get to a 1. If I can get to a 1, then I'm good. You know. And we got to 1.2. Eventually, we got to 3.2, and that was second to Oprah.
You're second to Oprah?
Second to Oprah in our time slot. I still got the book at home. I got the paperwork.
That's an NFT right there, man.
Right.
Second to Oprah
right.
in your time slot.
In our time slot.
How was y'all making money off the show?
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, that's what white people always ask. He's smart. Right.
Were you working a regular job? Because there was no blueprint to...
No, there was no blueprint to it. We would just... I used to watch the news. So anytime there was a black person on there, I'd be like, see how they presented stuff. You know, like ABC, NBC, CBS.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be like, okay, I can't do like that. But that was the only thing that I saw. Or I saw Soul Train with Don Cornelius. Or I saw American Bandstand with Dick Clark when I was a kid. And so those were my only references. Or I listened to the radio. And so I tried to find who's Ralph McDaniel, how am I going to present this? How are we going to do the interviews? I knew how to get the production done because that's what I did before I did Video Music Box. I knew how to set up lights and cameras and do interviews and mic people and all that kind of stuff because I was an engineer. So that part I knew. Now it was like, how am I gonna make this entertaining? You know, like I just did whatever I saw up to that point. And I think that the artists really came in and made it entertaining.
Right.
You know, like it was, I always tell people, I try to stay out the way. Like, you know, you watch something and you like, the host is mad annoying. He's he's annoying. He's in the way.
Yeah.
Like let
Ralph,
the artist
Let it breathe.
That wasn't you, Ralph.
I wanted to, because first of all, I didn't even want to be a star. In the beginning, you never saw me. You just used to hear my voice.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't want nobody to know me. Nah, you know, I was nervous. You know, like when you first started rapping, did people know that you rapped, or did you as the time?
I know you kind of told people you felt like you could tell. You know what I mean? Right. So you was iffy, like, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing. Right, my man, though. Yo, son, I wrote this down. Tell me what you think. I know what you're
You
saying.
know that part?
Yeah, right. That nervousness, like, do I want to?
Right, because if you're whack, somebody's gonna say you're whack.
When I DJ, I used to hate to talk. I hate talking on the mic. I used to hate it. I just wanted to spin.
Right.
And then I had to really learn to talk, and it was like a big breakout. One night I just went for it, and once I did that, it was like, yo, I'm ready now.
Yeah. So that happened.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
And we were somewhere. Oh, it was a Fresh Fest, and people were like, "Yo, I saw you," you know, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I like that.
You know, and that's when it started to become like, okay, I can do this. Now I'm ready to get in front of the mic or in front of the camera, but I still didn't want to be overwhelming. I felt like the artist or whoever we was interviewing was more important than me. That's why people were watching. And that's the way I approached it, And I told young cats now, like, don't get in the way. You know, you just here to manifest through the TV.
Right.
You know, that's you the conduit. You know,
don't get in the way of that.
Yeah,
doing too much. Yeah.
But where did the money come from, Ralph?
Oh, back to the money.
Tell me the money. Where the money come from?
So you know, I used to do DJ too.
Okay.
You're talking about DJing. So I used to DJ and I used to do parties, and you know the parties be jam packed. You know, there'd be like 500 people there. You know, this is like back in the days. Like 500 people was a lot of people, and so you'd be like, and then you getting like couple of $100 for that gig.
I'm sitting there because I'm like, yo, I was too young to go to those parties.
Yes.
I used to be watching like, yo, this bad
They
people
used to look crazy, man.
I can't wait to go.
So we realized that
Crazy.
all we had to do was put up a couple of $100 and we could give our own party. We didn't know that in the beginning. So we said, look, the promoters, once we realized, you know, like, okay, they got 1,000 people here. There's $20 a piece, that's $20,000. We ain't getting $20,000. In one night, where we getting $20,000 from? Let's try it. And we started giving our own parties. And them parties was packed.
From the popularity
Of the show.
Of the show.
But
Just by me saying, we're doing a party Saturday night. Or we're doing a party for Easter. Get dressed up, and we're gonna have a party in the daytime for your kids. So you can come bring them dressed up.
2 for 1.
2 for 1.
Bang.
My man. You know,
But you wasn't getting
that.
none of the TV money though. They wasn't giving none of the ads.
It was PBS.
PBS.
Okay, so there was nothing. That's what I wanted to know.
Yes.
So you used it as a platform, and you
Right.
parlayed the platform.
Parlay the platform.
I bet.
That's incredible.
But,
Okay.
you know, record labels would come all the time with the bag.
Okay.
And to me, record labels was like, I didn't trust them. And I was like, nah, I'm good. You know, we never took no money from these labels because it was like, it's like the street. You know, I'm from the street. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens. I know when it's somebody's like, if I take this money, you're gonna have, that means we have a relationship.
Shit, right. Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I don't wanna have a relationship. Like, we cool, but I don't wanna have a relationship like that.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't take the money.
It should, you know, something go wrong and you don't see the results you're looking for.
Right.
Then it's a question on my side, or you're gonna keep opening up this door. Like,
I did plenty of parties. I remember dudes like,
what was the most money label ever offered you?
I remember my man, he used to answer the phone all the time, and he was telling me like, oh, they wanted, I don't know if it was Universal or whatever, maybe it wasn't Universal back then, but he was like, they got 25 grand for you just to play this particular video, and I was like, nah, I can't do
What year was this?
That was in the late 80s.
I would have took that.
That's a lot of
Ralph,
money.
I would have took that
80s.
25K. Believe
That's
that.
the equivalent of what, 70,000?
But this is the difference. But this is the difference because video was considered pop. Like if you were in a video station, you were considered, it was pop money. So you talking about Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi money.
Right.
That's the way they put you in that category. Hip hop was mostly going to radio. So they were going to like Red, Chuck Chill Out, Molly Marl, others that were doing it at the time. It was a much smaller budget. When they came to video, it just automatically put you in this level.
Place. Yeah.
So I wasn't associated with none of the black promotion people because I wasn't in radio. I was in video.
Right.
So they just, the bag was much bigger. It was a much bigger bag
for video.
For video. You know, you were going, you know, little conferences, flying you here and this and that. It was a lot more going on than just having some free drinks at some bar on 30-something street.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was,
it
was a different type of,
You evolved the side that you're talking about was just drinks and stuff because of what you did.
Right.
The money started to trickle down too.
Right. True. Right.
Because once you put that video on that platform and they had a place for it to go, now this is even more valuable now as well because I have a place for it to connect. Yep. I got a conduit to make it boom.
Right.
So now you can't just take me to dinner and drinks now. You gotta slide me something too.
Right. We gotta open it up.
It's Hoffa. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.